So the enemy gone at times, man. And come at you with some things. Uh, for some reason, I don't know why. It nah, allow me to come back in. So I had to anytime come back over again. But we no mind still. We no mind. We don't mind at all. If my sister and brother see me, they will forward out back. And know so we're up again. We're up and running again. Uh, and so we put up the words Jeremy, devotional hour. The enemy say, you talk about God? What you going with? My name is Jeremy. Who talking about God around here? Yeah, greetings to you, my brother. I was studying charity before the enemy kick in and shift off our thing. Yes, two brothers came and you and my brother Moti come give us strength yesterday. We give thanks for that. I don't know. I was seeing the writing now what you were writing, but the nice in me. So me I say, boy, from the nice in me. And once it says 0%, me I say, wow, look at it. Me I so what you were writing, say for internet so and so. Me I say everything, but when the nice in me I talk. When not hear so me I say no. Let me jump off and come back out back. Mm. What have Wi-Fi, man? Come with up on a compound Wi-Fi there. Me have service for my two other device then. But I do so the enemy work now. Use things to slow up at times. But you can't give up. Um, Good thing church, realize and forward was. I'm missing out. I think she's supposed to be about um 11 in Kenya, because them 8 hours ahead of us. Charities from Kenya. Okay, glad you returned. Your things going as a pregnant. A young man, especially here in Jamaica. For real, my brother. For real, for real. But we're not giving up. We're on a mission, not a competition. So I go start out the devotional by reading from the scriptures. Colossians chapter 3 is going to be our base for the discussion. Colossians chapter 3 verse 12 says, clothe yourself with patience. I had to be patient a while ago. Consider 4 ways we can demonstrate. And the reason why I don't want to sit down at the doorway, the light much better over there than right here. And this phone is so bright with a shine upon me and I can't see what face, but that's how you go. Got the enemy I go on with itself. Um, 4 ways to demonstrate patience. First, a patient person is slow to anger. He tries to stay calm and to hold back from retaliating when provoked or under stress. Let us see what Exodus chapter 34, verse 6 says. All right. Yahweh was passing before him and declaring, Yahweh, Yahweh, a God merciful and compassionate, slow to anger and abundant in loyal love and truth. Wow. Second, a patient person can wait calmly. If something takes longer than expected, such a person tries to avoid becoming restless or irritable. Matthew chapter 18, verse 26 and 27. Let's see what that says. So the slave fell down and did obeisance to him, saying, Be patient with me, and I will repay back everything to you. Moved with pity at this, the master of the slave let him off and canceled his debt. Okay. Third, a patient person has an important task to accomplish. He does not rush into it, nor does he rush through it. Rather, he sets aside a reasonable amount of time to plan what he will do. Then he gives the task the time that it requires. Fourth, a patient person strives to bear trials without complaining. He does his best to continue enduring while maintaining a positive attitude. As a follower of the great teacher, we need to show all these facets of patience. Colossians chapter 1 verse 11 says, and may you be strengthened with all the power according to his glorious might, so that you may endure fully with patience and joy. Yes, my friends, we need to cultivate patience. Patience can be a virtue, can be a virtue. It allows you to stay calm, you know. It's so there are four steps I mentioned for them. One, a patient person is slow to anger and he tries to stay calm and hold back from retaliating when provoked or under stress. Two, a patient person can wait calmly if something takes longer than expected. Such a person tries to avoid becoming restless or irritable. Third, a patient person is not rushed. When a patient person has an important task to accomplish, he does not rush it, nor does he rush through it. And number four, a patient person strives to bear trials without complaining. Yes, indeed. This is the first segment of our devotional. We will continue to, we'll cut into the segment of reading of the dailies so far. you'll see that has been transpired in the island of Jamaica or homeland. Nowhere to me like Jamaica. Pearl of the Caribbean. Room to build stronger. Well, so go on. Here's alright, this is sweet US 50 million revival. Monimos sugar lands raise again with new processing plant. 2,000 jobs expected. Okay, these look like some Indians want to take over the sugar plantation and start up something. See a picture here with some Indian looking people with the Prime Minister. A US 50 million investment by Tropical Sugar Company Limited to return approximately 13,000 hectares of former sugar lands to active production in Monimos, Clarendon, which was once king of the island sugar belt, was on Tuesday hauled as the renaissance of the Clarendon plant. Construction for the transformative project, which will re-establish commercial scale mechanism in sugar production in the area through a state-of-the-art virtually integrated sugarcane processing facility with an installed capacity of 50,000 metric tons will begin in January and should last 18 months. According to the Agriculture Minister Floyd Green, the event marked the start of the restoration of sugar in Clarendon. Clarendon was the king of, or I should say, Clarendon was the sugar capital of Jamaica. Monimos was home to one of the island's most established estates, providing livelihood for generations of families across communities such as Town, Mitchelltown, Rocky Point, Hayes. And when the industry declined and the factories closed, these same communities felt the impact. Farmers, farm workers, businesses that depended on the sugar were left with real uncertainty. Minister Green said Tuesday at the groundbreaking for the plant on the grounds of the old Monimos factory. He said that despite its troubled state, the sugar industry, with only 2 factories currently in operation, has continued to play a vital role in the economy, and investment coming on the heels of Hurricane Beryl last year and Melissa in October could could not have come at a better time. Prime Minister Andrew Holness noted that the government has concern about how the resumed economy activity in the parish, and the opportunity to revive sugar was well received. I am happy, also very happy, to see that the investors have purchased the land for the agro-processing and the industrial operations. That shows that they are taking an ownership stake in all of this, and that they are not short-term investors. Otis said the investors have driven a stake in the land that is not easily uprooted. That is a powerful signal. It is only a wise economic decision to last the other 200 hectares from the Sugar Company Holdings of Jamaica, SSJ. This one investment will take a significant portion, more than 20% of the islands, of the lands that are unutilized or undistilled, held by the Sugar Company Holding in Clarendon, he pointed out. Holness, who delivered the keynote address. Greetings, what's going on to you in your neck of the woods? Yes, Mr. No, he said. Holness, who delivered the keynote address, said the government hoped to owe other investors. My expectation is that others will look on and say, if they are taking the risk, we will also take the risk. And for these persons who are also looking at the other 38,000 acres that are available, I have given directive to the Ministry of Agriculture and of Investment and Commerce through JAMPRO that we welcome your interest and we will support you through the process to develop sustainable business plans for the remaining unused, undistilled lands, he said. Wow. Industry, Investment and Commerce Minister Senator Robin Hill, in his remarks, said the event marks a comeback for Lionel Town, Clarendon, a strong, unapologetic comeback for Jamaican sugar industry, which has been flagging for decades. Thank you. Thank you for your fine comment. Blessings to you, my friend. Long before this moment, the foundation for a new era had to be laid. Between December 2005 to October 2011, I led the team that divested the government-owned sugar estates, 5 factories and 6 estates that were underperforming and incurring a significant losses year after year. As chairman of the then sugar divestment enterprise privatization team and later as CEO S of SEJ, that is Sugar Company of Jamaica Holdings, I oversee negotiation that ended with the government relieving itself of these debt increased assets. Hill said. The truth is the government of Jamaica had no business trying to run commercial sugar factories. That's the business that is for business people. Many claim that these estates had morphed into fading trees as taxpayers' expense. The strong decision to divest the sugar estates, made under the leadership of former Prime Minister Bruce Golding, was difficult but necessary. Today, we stand here breaking ground on a stronger, smarter, and better position, he said further. When sugar is working, entire communities rise, like Lioneltown, Hayes, and all of Clarendon. They all know this, Hill said. In the meantime, as CJ Holdings chairman Cleveland Allen said the investment coming on the heels of a devastating nation disaster like Hurricane Melissa stands as a clear signal of resilience, renewal, and confidence in the strength of our people and the future of agricultural sector. The economical benefit of this project are significant. It, it, it is expected to generate roughly 2,000 direct and indirect jobs, opening new opportunities for farmers heavily. Sorry about that. The light attract these flying flying creatures. They will mess around with I and I. Thomas Hillard, what's going on in your neck of the woods? Can you please give us a thumbs up, please, and thanks? That will help to, you know, show us, show YouTube that you are here. All right, we'll reach you now. Yeah, welcome to our live stream. We did our opening devotional hour. Now we are reading from the today's Jamaica Observer newspaper. All right, the 2,000 direct job and indirect new opportunity for farmers, heavy equipment operators, factory workers, transport operators, and small businesses across the region. These opportunities will help rebuild livelihoods, strengthen rural economies, and support the long-term sustainability of the surrounding communities, he told the audience. Chief Executive Officer of Tropical Sugar Companies Limited, Anil Jama, in, in contending that the project is definitely a good opportunity for the local and national economy of Jamaica and will create a lot of employment, whether direct or indirect, said, of, of spin-offs such as green power through the production of bagasse and unique products for export added to its potential. According to High Commissioner of India to Jamaica, Shak Menak Josh, the project is a major step in revitalizing a sector that is central to the Jamaican economic and history and identity, and also will contribute to food security, energy security, which are major concerns of the countries of the global south, such as Jamaica and India. It is also a great source of encouragement in the wake of Hurricane Melissa, where we have seen the devastation caused. To witness a new sugarcane project rising on this island is not just an economic milestone for me, it is a deeply emotional moment that honors legacy Indian indentured labor who came to Jamaica. Okay, Indian workers were here also. He stated, as I say, Tropical Sugar Company Limited is backed by investors from Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, India, Kenya, and Jamaica. Oh, so you have Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, India, Ghana, and Jamaica. So all these partner up and do their thing. Where is this guy? In Kingston, Jamaica. End of article. Yes, indeed. I think I touched the right article because we need the investment to show how resilient our people are in Jamaica, the pearl of the Caribbean. Yeah, man, Jamaica is the pearl of the Caribbean. Yes, indeed. All right, we'll go. Room to rebuild stronger. Prime Minister welcomes historic US 6.7 billion from IFIS as the most comprehensive financial package for Jamaica. Okay, let's find out who is that facility that has granted Jamaica such a large amount of money. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has described as historic the US 6.7 billion being made available by several multilateral institutions to drive Jamaica's recovery and rebuilding efforts in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa, the Category 5 storm which slammed into southwestern parishes on October 28th with winds of 185 miles per hour and above, left a trail of destruction which has been preliminary estimated at US 8.8 billion. It was revealed on Monday that international financial institutions, the International Monetary Fund, Lord Jesus, then gone back this again, World Bank, Inter-America Development Bank, Development Bank of Latin America and the Caribbean Development Bank. As far as I see, oh, the time right now in Kingston, Jamaica is 3:58. Um, I don't know, but history has told I and I say IMF and a good people for go take money from, cause I don't know. My look history with me know and me observe so far show I and I that IMF and a good people for take money from. But with this situation that Jamaica is facing, with call it 6 or 7 parishes being devastated, Clarendon, Manchester, some part of Manchester though, me say, Trelawney, Hanover, Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, and St. Anne. A 6, may I try count, I think a 6, may say 7, but 6. Other places get cause the wind was not just 185 miles per hour, it was above 185 miles per hour, because a category 5 that. I live in Kingston, Jamaica, to the east, and we hear the howling, we see the breeze, we see the tree them a dance and thing, especially when I saw damages in Kingston. There's people fence blow down tree branches in people yard, pop pop off and so forth. So that's how I go. Yes, back to the reading here. Hmm. Had jointly announced a 3-year financing package of up to 6.7 billion to support Jamaica's recovery reconstruction and long-term resilience. Never see a country will borrow money, so you see, 3 year, 3 year loan. This is a signal, single largest and most comprehensive development financing package ever assembled for Jamaica, Onis said Tuesday during an statement in the House of Representatives. It gives us the liquidity and physical space and the multi-year investment framework required to rebuild stronger and more secure for the future. Securing support of this magnitude within 1 month of Hurricane Melissa is nothing short of historic. It reflects sustained, direct, and proactive engagement at the highest levels, the Prime Minister added. According to Holness, the swift, coordinated response from the IFI is a direct vote of confidence in Jamaica's governance. It reflects the credibility we have rebuilt through years of disciplined fiscal management, debt reduction, institution strengthened, and responsible stewardship of the people's resources. Sorry. It is accumulated result of a decade of sacrifice by the public sector, the private sector, civil society, and above all, the Jamaican people who are credited, the, carried, the burden and stayed to the course. Uh, we don't know what it's about that part. I can't see anyone. Okay, people. All right, there are about 5 people. I say 5 persons. Two other person come say something and then chip out. We give thanks with anyone who come. But I spend 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Only thing we ask is give a thumbs up. That's all. Whatever time somebody spend here, we're grateful for it. As long as the thumbs up can stay. Yeah, we give thanks. Oops. Fix my machine. So. Yes, indeed. No newspaper not come yet. Look, I see the observer man forward. And I see the cleaner throw over the gate. So probably them run a bit late. What's the time? Okay, I'm gonna tell you the time, but I never see the comment where you make about the you're not seeing anyone. We can't help the part of my brother or my if people want to stay then stay and give higher support or give higher strength. We can't we're not begging the people to stay. If they stay of their own free will, that is fine. But that's symbol the powerful one. Thank you so much for the flying art. What's the flying art ago? Give thanks. Easy skanking. Easy skanking. Excuse me while I light my spliff. Oh God, I'm gonna take a leap from reality. I just can't miss. Take it easy. Got to take it easy. Take it easy. We're taking it easy. Wah da da. We're taking it slow. Wah da da da. Here comes the observer. Ah, respect. Take it easy. As I spoke, see, observer just forward. And what they read the online edition though. Alright, let me shift something a little teeny bit and forward back. Ouch. Yes, indeed. Come back on the thing there, but let's fix up something. The thing look more uniform. All right. I'll read right here so now about liquidity. Mm-hmm. Did I finish it? Mm-hmm. Right, I think I reached somewhere down here, so yeah, the multi-phase international reconstruction strategy includes phase one, which addressed ins- installation, and essential service. The stage is focused on restoration of electricity, water, mm, connectivity, emergency shelter, food supply chains, and key transport links. The Prime Minister stated that as these stabilize, relief will transition from physical distribution to targeted financial support through vouchers, restoring dignity, autonomy, and choice to affected Jamaicans. Phase 2 addresses economic and social recovery and focuses on the reopening of schools, restoration of health facilities, support for farmers, small business, and tourism operators, and reactivation, reactivation of local economies. In this phase, direct support will be provided to micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises (SMS), which the Prime Minister described as the backbone of Jamaica's economy and the most vulnerable to prolonged disruption. SMS are essential to the employment, rural livelihood, and support chain recovery. Okay, SMEs are essential for employment, rural livelihood, supply chain recovery, and the restoration of commercial activity across the island, said owners. Ensuring their swift restart is therefore critical to Jamaica's overall economic rebound. The Prime Minister said it was in this context that the Development Bank of Jamaica has launched its Business Recovery Program, a comprehensive package to restore operation across agriculture, manufacture, tourism, health, and with a strong focus on MSS. To capitalize this program, Cabinet has approved 3 billion in funding for remainder of the 2025-2026 fiscal fiscal year. Further allocation will be made for 2026-2027 through the budget process. Phase 3 of the exercise focus on resilient reconstruction. This is the heart of our long-term strategy. Every major investment will reflect stronger engineering, climate-ready design, and future-proofing, said owners. Our reconstruction is not merely about restoring what was lost, it is about building a stronger, more competitive Jamaican capable of withstanding future climate shocks, he said, declaring that he will turn this moment of crisis into an opportunity for transformation. Owners said the government will approach reconstruction as a growth inducing strategy. He pointed out that the reconstruction effort being deployed across the infrastructure, housing, decentralization, logistics, agriculture, energy will create thousands of jobs, national productivity, protective physical sustainability, and reposition Jamaica as a resilient, modern, competitive economy. End of article. France court. France court jails mayor for over 60 blackmail. Wow, let's look at that article. My. French court jails mayor over 60 blackmail plot. A French court on Monday sentenced a mayor to 4 years in jail for blackmailing a political rival with a secretly filmed sex tape involving a male sex worker. Hey, Jumbo, my sister. Yeah, the enemy tried to slow us down, but praise be to God, I saw all you wrote in the chat, but you guys weren't seeing me, and I didn't see like anyone was on, so I said, wait. The reading I pick up, I say everything I want to write, but when I not see me, when I not hear me, so I just say, no, it'll take too long, let me close it and restart. That's what I did. So I appreciate you forwarding out back with us. Yeah, man, give thanks. Okay, great. Yes. Okay. Yeah, Gial Perdule, who has been mayor of the Eastern Industry City of Saint Helena since 2014 through the trial, had denied ordering the recording of a video involving his former deputy Gilles, a Roman Catholic who had spoken out against gay marriage. Wow. But a court in the eastern city of Lyon found the 53-year-old guilty of blackmailing, criminal conspiracy, and diverting public funds, handed him a 4 year behind bars, landed him 4 years behind bars, as well as another suspected and 5 year ban from public office, effective immediately. Pijual was entirely guilty. The presiding judge, Pijuet Poisson, said, remember we can't pronounce the old Spanish word, the French word, them, so they might write it in they might give it to us in French. We can't pronounce it because we speak English. During the trial, the prosecutor had argued that Pijuan commissioned the sex tape film in a hotel room in early 2015 to ensure Aguirre's loyalty, warning he would release it if his deputy broke ranks. Wow. He was the one with his finger on the nuclear button. Prosecutor Odile Kuit told the court, describing the mayor this, as the decision maker. The court also handed prison sentence to three co-accused, including the mayor's former chief of staff and another deputy who admitted to setting up the tape. Wow. After the ruling, the steward insisted he was innocent and vowed to appeal. But in 2017, secretly recorded a conversation with Pejur in which the mayor can be heard telling him he has a USB stick full of compromising images and threatening to release them. Wow, that was a good move. he recorded them speaking. Mm-hmm. And we were told the court the result was him being paralyzed in City Hall meeting. Oh, so he couldn't speak out because if he spoke out, that would land him in hot water with release of the videotape. Oh my gosh. I was like a puppet, he said. They put me there and I smiled. The former deputy who testified that he had suffered suicidal thoughts welcomed the Monday's verdict. Today, I think I will be able to rebuild my life, he said, surrounded by family members. End of article. Wow, 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 wow. Such a dastardly act. Let us see if I can find another article to read. The time cool, but not cool enough to cool down the mosquito them, these vampires. Oh, I'll go best go drop off the newspaper, yeah. Let me never come out last night more. Yesterday, yesterday moon. Say moon the way over there, sir. Wow. Full moon. Never come out last night for I never catch it. I did busy other things. So I never get to see the old full moon. I walk down and we see it. See if we can get one more little glimpse of the moon. See the moon there. You can see it. See it there. See the moonlight straight. Yeah, see the moon. If I did up on the hill up more, we could get a better view. See the full moon. Oh my! Never come out last night just to catch it. Wow. Okay. All right. This I realize a thing with live streaming too. You know, it run on your battery fast. A good thing I have my power bank. Cause I never start at 80% or something like that. And I said, no, can't start a live stream with 80% by the time I reach into the middle or so. We'll go. Battery might run down fast. All right, let us see what here. JLP Communication Task Force to step up efforts in war on misinformation. Morgan, okay. All right, thank you so much for those emojis, my sister. Ouch. I must tell them a bite up, you know. Anyway, then go on. Jamaica government senator, member of parliament of the Jamaica Labour Party's communication task force, Marlon Morgan, says no effort will be spared by the party in pushing back against misinformation and disinformation. Okay, people who tell blatant lies and spread false information obstinately in the quest to score political points do our democracy a grave disservice. Misinformation and disinformation undermine our democracy and serve to erode public trust and confidence in an institution that deliver public service. Uh, the most recent example of disinformation aimed at disparaging the government in the a section of misguided persons across the social media. Advertisement just come up. Another reading here. Social media that members of the Maroon community of a compound in St. Spit were given paint water to use for drinking and other no, oh my, wow, painting water. So that's not true. Nothing could be further from the truth. Morgan said, wow. Morgan said, the party will combat what, if described as a deliberate and organized attempts to discredit Jamaica and destroy our goodwill across international community. Given our commitment to democracy, idlers we in the Jamaica Labour Party welcome the participants in the rebus contest of legitimate political ideals and views. However, political cruelties, lies, and misinformation, character assassination, and public mischief are not part of our freedom of speech. In fact, they are not only reprehensible and unethical, but are in many instances unlawful, Morgan said. He said the JLP Communication Task Force has a duty to ensure the public has access to accurate and verified information and said it will be sparing no effort in ensuring the correct, edifying, and uplifting information is in the public domain. All right. It should be noted that while attention is focused on disseminating information regarding Jamaica's recovery and reconstruction amid devastating impact of Hurricane Melissa, we will be even more resilient as a task force in combating misinformation and disinformation. He stressed End of article. Okay. Declaring a disaster area. Feel like dancing. This is something. Roots rock reggae. Reggae music. Putting on the top one. We are going with Rasta. Still there. We are going with. Excellent. We're going with. Well, with that in Rasta. Well, with that in Rasta. We're still there. We're still there. Jamming. Yes, indeed. Only Mount Zion. Just seated in Mount Zion. And rules of one nation. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which of you? Yes, indeed. They are same way. They are same way going. So, go on jamming, same way. Jamming in the name of the Lord. Yeah, we switch for position. Let the whole light on ourselves. Yes, indeed. We're still there. We're still there. We're still there. Yeah, no issue to, like this one. This part, I wish I would, like a person in digital country. Okay, also the phone going up now. But, oh, comes out with the phone. Oh, here, so. Nice, nice, nice. Hey, may I share something with you, Charity? The other day, me not have a style where we don't like our style. She come here and she beg and she plead, support. We go there. Sometimes I borrow other people's phone, I watch me not thing, Like I borrow three phone and she get 1 hour on each. I 3 hour that, and and likes, comments. Mina is very unappreciative. And we just leave a message on a video or live stream or we do, or read broadcast what she do. She come here and say she do 2 hours a time. Mina come with one device when I come with several devices. See, so much finger come up, several devices. I say to myself, upon other day, if I'm gonna put the comment on one thing I'm gonna watch, she never come back. Cause she come come guys, watch long form video. And I say, me come with my ninjas and me I borrow other people's phone. Sometimes I have several phone in front of me. I watch our program, our live stream, and I try. She said she want help, I want help her. And I understand me not. So when you write the nice, she pop in my mind. I go and and that's how you do things. You know, come on the person live stream and I try make the person feel like said, you know, I help you. I say, when I write no comment. I mean, who should I say? I watch our videos on my right. And let me say, oh, I see you're dancing and things like that. Or something. I say something when I say about the video. Oh, I see you walking in and so forth and whatever. And she said that. She never come back. Yeah, but she come, I want she come Saturday. We did Saturday gone, just a few days ago. And we watched some of your for sure say we still have good intention towards every YouTuber. Once you come and say you need support, Jeremy is there for you. I don't know why people don't be there for like how I did for them in this life. We do it because we do things because we enjoy what we do. There's a thing in the Bible that says, do unto others as you'd like them to do unto you. So you do good to them. But when you come and speak certain way, like you try to make you feel that we know ourselves and we know what do best. You will come with one device and me I borrow other people's phone and I watch your program. Come. And that's how you move in this YouTube streets. Show genuine love. I show genuine love back to you. That's why I have to come out of this big group, you know. I'm the inner. Yeah. Because when I see the people I'm out there in the YouTube streets, I get the notification. I go and support them. But I realize that them never come on and show no love to I and I. And the group they have about 50 odd people. And out of the 50 odd, probably them cut it and I say this week for this amount, like 7 or 10 people get support. Like we do a 1 week something, I'll take a break. And then but it was quite hectic. Truly, it was hectic man. But something I learned from a long 2 years, about 3 years now I learned that's what I was like. And everybody who in the YouTube streets really and truly, they know they clear for their own benefits what they want to get from you. But I do this because I'm really and truly want to see everybody win. I do it because I want everybody win. Yes. I'm just a straightforward person, you know. I just speak my truth. I never keep it inside of me and hurt myself. Speak my mind, you know, free myself of anything out there. Yes, indeed, yes, I do. Oops. Yes, indeed. Give thanks, praise to the Most High. Try find a nice good video for upload sometime today. Or put out one. I record a video today, but put it out tomorrow, Thursday, because today is Wednesday. Mm-hmm. I could see all the phone you guys stay. Mike gonna make it look I try to step a little catch it. Let's see what going is. Oh shoot, can't put it this way. Signal gone down. The signal gone down. We'll carry it. We'll put it this way. Get back with this one. Alright. Yes, we're reaching. In the wake of Hurricane Melissa, I've started another article about another observer declaring a disaster area. In the wake of Hurricane, there have been many discussions about safeguarding personal safety and welfare of the Jamaican people. Sorry, in relation to the potential increase in the incidence of illnesses and other hazards arising from destruction caused by many parts of our island. In relation to the destruction of property, there is a great deal of discussion on social media advising people not to sell their land or property. This article questions whether we should continue to discourage or on how to treat property or allow individuals to rebuild their lives with the support of private sponsors, that is, neighboring, family, friend. In Jamaica, the power to declare a disaster area rests with the Prime Minister, acting on the advice of the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management and the Ministry of Local Government and Judicial, with the direction over the area. Uh, declared Declaration of disaster area is made under the Disaster Risk Management Act 2015. Under the DEMAR, the Prime Minister may declare the entire island or may any part, therefore, a disaster area if it is affected or threatened by natural or technological hazard. This declaration empowers the government to implement various emergency measures to protect life and property, for example, um, issuing compulsory evacuation order for vulnerable communities, directing and enforcing specific measures of removing or guarding against the hazards. A declaration of disaster area under the DR, DRAM primarily activates emergency powers to enable and support public safety, health, and relief efforts. While these emergency powers may include the power to issue compulsory evacuation order, the formal acquisition of land for permanent use still falls under the Land Acquisition Act of 1974, while a disaster declaration grants the state board emergency powers. The permanent acquisition of land for reconstruction, relocation, and or infrastructure development would still require compliance and the procedures outlined. Okay, okay. Thank you so much for those words in the chat, my sister Charity. Pick up yourself. Uh-oh, my aunt touched something. Don't tell me something. Uh-oh, I gone out of the article. Uh-oh, and the phone is so delicate that it carry me out of the article. Uh-oh, no, I forgot. Man, wow, 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 wow. Enter pyramid. So other, oh yes, found it back, found back the article. All right. While a disaster era declaration grants the state board emergency powers, the permanent acquisition of land for reconstruction, uh, location, or infrastructure development would still require compliance and the procedures outlined in the Land Acquisition Act of 1974. Why are you in the darkness? Oh, Charity, the signal. When I get no good signal, so if I come inside, the signal will go drop low. So that's why I'm go outside. The signal more stronger outside than inside. So sometimes when I say some of the ninjas them will be able to realize that the signal will cause a problem. So I go outside and thing and yeah, I know my fault, Up here so I use the service provider for this phone is digital. Come I have data on two phone. So if one data fail, I have data on the other phone. So digital is this phone don't missing me have this so digital upon this. While my other phone on Lime, known as Flow Jamaica. So that is it. All right. Let me see now we reach. I think I am kind of scroll down too fast. Okay, I move too far. All right. I think we passed this already. That's really great. Okay, okay. Go back up, look a bit. Yes, and there's some more here. So, if it is as here, there is power, implement virus, emergency issues. Uh, well, over there, so the more darker than right here, so. But we can't go inside because if I go inside, the signal will go get low. We don't want that. Well, some place I go, I have my problem. Yes, I have a problem because if I shift the phone, because when I up in the hills, we say I got more time, the signal, you, or, or, or you are outside. Yeah, I'm in front of the way, in front of me, the place, yeah, so in front of me, local place, yeah, so I straight inside, I have like a fridge, microwave, and the stove around us, so they probably can't see it, probably, no, things like you know, see it, but the stove around us, so we have stove in there, it's a little room, but stove there, around there. Everything working in the place. A fan, microwave. If I want to carry something for cool, I just throw it in my fridge. The fridge, I go ahead, buy it from somebody and say, I keep it here, and keep my, if I don't drink cold things, most of the food I put in it, I drink nothing cold. Nothing at all, I drink cold. Alright. Well, a disaster here is declared a grand state emergency. Acquisition of land, the reconstruction, development would still require compliance of the Land Acquisition Act, ensuring the landowner is fairly compensated even in the era of compulsory acquisition. As stated, compulsory acquisition process is governed by the Land Acquisition Act, involve the following specific legal steps. One, declaring declaration of public purpose. The Prime Minister declares that the land is needed for a public purpose. This declaration is considered conclusive evidence that the land is necessary for that purpose and cannot be easily appealed on the grounds of necessity alone. Number two, not hearing if a property owner does not agree to sell by private treaty, they are served with a notice for hearing before the Commission of Lands. Three, independent valuation. The property owner is advised to obtain an independent valuation of the property at the date they receive the notice. 4. Compensation award. The commissioner makes an award of compensation. The law mandates that compensation should be far and be fair and based on current market value. Number 5. Taking possession. The process ends with the notice published in the Jamaica Gazette, at which point the privately owned land vests in the Commission of Lands is trust for the government of Jamaica from the date in possession. And number 6, right of order. Property owner dissatisfied with the commissioner's award of compensation can object to the amount, the survey, or other related matters. Any challenge to the compensation award must be made within 6 weeks of the commissioner awards, and the court strictly enforces this time frame. What happens after an area is declared a disaster area? Evacuation order. The government may then issue mandatory evacuation order for residents in the declared area. Ignoring such an order can result in a criminal offense, being a criminal offense. Restricted access. Authorities may regulate and limit access to and from a disaster area. Government control and possession law enforcement and other national security response agency may assume control of the area and take temporary possession of any building or land for disaster management purposes. Regulation of essential service. The government may regulate transport, communication, and the supply of necessities such as food, water, fuel, and power installation. Infrastructure management authorities can take urgent measures to repair essential basic infrastructure and restore essential services. Land planning agencies over time declaration can form the basis for post-disaster recovery and urban planning to mitigate future risk in the area. Potential for acquisition. While not a direct and immediate consequence, the government has the power to acquire the land for public purpose, which might be utilized for reconstruction or relocation efforts after disaster period, typically with compensation provided under this separate land acquisition act. Penalties for non-compliance. Individuals who fail to complete comply with directives of the order made under the land acquisition can be they can go to court for not following the order. Yes, it's quite a lengthy article, but we did our best. We did our best in, in it so far. You know, we did our best. Yeah, we did try and move the, the stool from behind the the door so the light could shine upon me even better. But to the light from him, I don't know what it's where to go. So top English veteran jockey conference for it's my MK Spark. Okay, alrighty. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Okay, wow. Uh, Melissa adds 29 billion to budget as reflected in third supplementary estimate. Okay, I could read that article. You want to about the definition of these parishes. Wow, creator, you know, how would I put it? Yeah, we made the article talk for itself. I don't want to speak. We made the article speak for itself. Physical rules suspended as GDP takes a 5.3 hit for Melissa. The Independent Physical Commission has signed that the fallout of in gross domestic product GDP as a result of Hurricane Melissa is as a res- as, is at a level that necessitates the suspension of the physical rules. After this news was relayed to the House of Representatives, Finance Minister Favor Williams on Tuesday told members approved an order to suspend the rules for 2025-2026 fiscal year. This gives the administration the space it needs to conduct recovery and construction necessary in the aftermath of devastating hurricane. Williams said information was presented by the Planning Institute of Jamaica, the Bank of Jamaica, and her ministry and forward to the Physical Commission that verified that the impact of the hurricane on the economy is at least 1.5% of GDP. That is the law that guides the suspension of the physical law rules, she stated. She said the physical impact is estimated at 5.3% of GDP over the period and fiscal year 2025-2026 to fiscal year 2029 to 2030 will above the legislative threshold of 1.5% to trigger suspension of the physical rules. The order, which was approved by the House of permits the temporary suspension of the physical rules for an initial period of 1 year, where an extension is warranted. The finance minister will present the case to the parliament. Williams said real GDP is now projected to decline by 4.3% for fiscal year 2025-2026 compared to the growth forecast of 2.2% presented in the fiscal policy paper in February of this year. For the medium term, real GDP growth is projected to average in the range of 1 to 2% as economic recovery from the construction projected for the current fiscal year. We also expect inflation to stabilize within the targeted range of 4 to 6%, she said. End of article. Play I some music, strictly reggae music, bubbling on the top 100. Oops, like reggae, strictly reggae music. Alright, another article is here from the finance minister. Melissa adds 29 billion to budget as reflected in third supplementary estimates. A total of 29.3 billion has been added to the national budget for the 2025-2026 year of reflected in the third supplement estimate of expenditure. The estimates were tabled in the House of Representatives on Tuesday by Minister of Finance and Public Service Favour Williams. She said the entire amount is related to the fallout from Hurricane Melissa. The Ministry of Economic Growth and Infrastructure Development will receive the loans shared of 0.2 billion for road infrastructure and procurement of 3,300 container hose units. The government of local, the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development has been allocated 4.6 billion to assist with post-hurricane relief efforts from the National Solid Waste Management Authorities per pre and post hurricane cleanup exercise, as well as provide support to the municipal corporation. The Minister of Tourism will receive 3.4 billion. The Minister of Water, Environment and Climate Change has been allocated 3.2 billion. Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries and Mining will receive $3 billion, while the Ministry of Energy and Transport and Telecommunication has been allocated 1.5 billion. Along with these, Melissa included spending is the government's own spending to keep government going, Williams said. The Public Administration and Appropriation Committee of the Parliament will meet on Wednesday to examine the estimates prior to approval by the House. End of article. Hidden dangers after hurricane passes. Wow. When a hurricane passes, the first images that often comes to mind are toppled trees, flooded streets, and shattered roofs. But one of the most serious and vast and less visible consequence of a storm lies inside kitchen, warehouses, supermarkets, and food distribution centers. The safety of Jamaica's food supply, already vulnerable to heat, moisture, and pests, is in normal condition face, faces its greatest test in these days and weeks after severe weather. Post-hurricane environment create the perfect circumstances for contamination as floodwaters carry sewage, chemicals, debris. Power outage also interrupts refrigeration, causing perishable foods to rise into unsafe temperature zones. Damp and damaged buildings become open invitation posts to rodents, insects searching for new structure, and if left unmanaged, these threats can spark outbreaks of foodborne illnesses long after the skies have cleared. In Jamaica, this is where the food storage and prevention and infestation division. I didn't know that we had a division like that here, but I'm gonna bring it to my attention. But I, well, I never heard about the division, but in my mind, I know that they would have something like this. That's what I meant to say. And can't go inside with the light there, because let me see if we can add some more light to the mix. All right. Yeah, but me have to catch it on I and I. Very good. Like so, so we can see it. In Jamaica, do this. Oh, would I do it? I don't even know if I said it because it shine directly in my face. In Jamaica, this is where the food storage and prevention of infestation division steps forward, guided by the Food Storage and Prevention of Infrastructure Act and its regulation. The division enforces strict legal standards for storing, packaging, and selling food. Oops, gone too far. Chief Food Storage Officer of FSPID, Dr. Roy McLean, tells the JIS News that after a hurricane, these standards shift from routine practice to urgent public health necessity, as failure to follow them can land a food being condemned or destroyed, and penalties for those who operate outside the law. The division response is coordinated through its inspection and disinfection unit, which deploys teams to assist warehouses, retail establishments, food distribution hubs across affected parishes. Okay, let me go some more. Right, Their work is supported by five specific laboratories. Okay, the money model laboratories. Onto laboratory, microdome laboratory. It's we decided. Anyway, the money about the laboratory then before I put them and how then biology and control. Together, these facilities provide specific testing, analyzing that that help determine whether food is safe or whether it must be removed from the supply chain. Dr. McLean explains for the households and business alike, the first 24 to 72 hours after the storm are most critical, noting that safety starts with the surroundings. Before handling food, people must ensure that structures are sound, electrical hazards are estimated, he said. This is due to water being unpredictable and often contaminate, contaminated. Hence, protective gear is advised when entering damaged spaces. Only once an area is safe should any assessment of food begins. Now, let's go up some more. Refrigeration is usually the first casualty of power outage. Even the when the door Even when the door is closed, refrigerators can only keep food at safe temperature for a limited time. If perishable items have been left unrefrigerated for too long, they must be discarded, Dr. McLean advises. He warns the public to test foods for determine whether it is still good, as dangerous microorganisms such as E. coli and Salmonella do not flavors affect flavor or smell. Any food that has come into direct contact with flood water should be thrown away immediately, including any foods in non-waterproof packages. Dr. McLeod emphasized. He added that precious material like cardboard, paper, soap, wooden utensils usually cannot be salvaged, as molds and bacteria tend to settle deep within them. While sorry, while facilitate sealed material cans may be salvageable if they show no damage and can be cleaned thoroughly before opening. One principle remains: when in doubt, throw it out, Dr. McLean says. Cleaning and sanitation are equally important. Surfaces exposed to floodwaters require washing with soap and safe water followed by sanitizing with disinfectant or bleach solution. Under the FSPI Act, these cleaning standards are more than the best practice. They are a legal obligation meant to prevent infection and ensure that food storage areas remain sanitary. Dr. McKean says he warns that as communities transition from emergency response to long-term recovery, rebuilding storage space is essential and that food kept in damaged pantries or areas that experience flooding should be replaced. New supplies must be stored above ground levels on clean pallets, shelves, inside sealed containers. that prevent moisture, insects, rodents from gaining access. These practice minor the requirements laid out by the FSPI Regulation 3, which governs proper storage conditions nationwide. He informs the JIS News. Yes, indeed. I try. Some people say them not see what face, so with your dog. Yeah, so I try improvise something here. I try improvise something. People can see because out here, so the signal more stronger than inside. I don't know why. It never used to be like that, you know. I could sit inside here and do my live stream or whatever. But you know, the powers that be, I try to prevent I and I. You know, yeah, Dr. McKean says that pest management is an even more complex challenge during recovery as flooding displays rats, cockroaches, and other pests, driving them towards homes and commercial facilities. The FSP Act defines infestation broadly, covering any rodent, insects, meat, and fungus that poses a risk to food. Building must therefore be repaired, refurbished within with pest infusion in mind, following the details specification found in the FSPI regulation. This includes ensuring that walls and floors are water resistant, violation open are sealed with mesh, that drains are filtered correctly to prevent rodent entry. Commercial pest control measures come with their own responsibilities, is adding that registered pest control must be used directly according to label direction and regulation requirements outlined in the Act. Some products are restricted for, for use only by certified professionals. The division strongly encourages um, commercial methods such as traps, whether possible. Once pest control treatments are completed, food storage preparation areas must be washed, sanitized before any food is returned to the space. In the weeks that followed, Hurricane FSPID inspectors continued to visit warehouses, retail outlets, storage facilities, and transport vehicles, including cargo ships, containers. They have the authority to sample products, detain items of concern, seize or destroy food that is contaminated, insisting or improper storage. Dr. McLean says, well, I'm going to leave the article. It's quite a lengthy article from Dr. McLean from the people who deal with the food safety inspection division there. Yeah, quite a lengthy article. These actions help prevent unsafe products from reaching consumers, reinforcing countries' food safety shield during a vulnerable period. While hurricane will always be part of life in the region, Jamaica is regulatory framework and public health system offers strong line of defense against hidden dangers they leave behind. Yeah, Dr. McLean highlight that food safety, sanitation, and pest management are not merely checklists for recovery. They are essential practices that protect homes, businesses, and communities. When properly followed, they help ensure that even after the storm takes its toll, the nation's food remains safe, secure, fit to nourish its people, he says. End of article. Yes, indeed. Make this all go on here. Yeah, kind of a challenging cycle here. So, said so. Play the music sweet, sip your water, love your data. Play the music sweet, no matter what you do. You can't get through it if you play the music. Uncle Benny. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. When this music dropping on, you could have seen how much people flash them finger as them teeth rose can. Mississippi. Play the music, play the music, jump like Lego bees. Sip your water, love your data. Play the music, sweet, sweet, feel alright. Play the music, sweet, no matter what you do. You can't get through until you play the music. We are likely survivors. Jimmy Cliff's historic performance in South Africa. Okay, there's a picture. Uh, Jimmy Cliff's left seated front row, and members of his Oneness band on their tour of South Africa in May 1980 stands at right his tour manager Copeland Forbes. Okay. Observer Online present the second story in Jimmy Cliff's stories of Bongo Man in tribute to the reggae legend who died on November 24th at age 81. A seven-part series looks in different aspects of the singer songwriter life because of its official policy of racial st- segregation and apartheid. South Africa was a partial state since the early 1970s when the UN United Nations declared that system crime against humanity. Many entertainers, sports personalities, and business people who visited there were blacklisted by the UN. Jimmy Cliff, a black superstar, defeated the stigma by becoming the first Jamaican reggae artist to perform in South Africa. He did three shows there in May 1980. Cliff went to the renegade country three, 3 years after firebrand activist Steve Pivok was killed in police custody. Anti-apartheid hero Nelson Mandela was in his 18th year of imprisonment on Robben Island. He performed in the Durban, Cape Town, playing to ethnic audience. The biggest show was in shoot what the impoverished township, which was a flashpoint for the anti-apartheid strugglers. Copeland Forbes, Clip's road manager on the 2 week trip, told the Observer Online that there was apprehension in the singer's camp after he was approached by a group of black South African promoters to perform in their country. It was exciting for us since most of us had never been to Africa. We also knew about apartheid and the who went to South Africa were good. Forbes record. It was exciting for us since most of us had never been to Africa, but we also knew that all the people who went here were banned, said Forbes. Okay, sorry about that. My glance. Yes, from from Sumatra, Ray Charles, Elton John, Dolly Parton, the Beach Boys, Kenny Rogers, Queenie, Goldie. They were placed on the list by the UN Special Committee against Apartheid. Jimmy Cliff had been a superstar since the early 1970s through his steering role in the movie The Harder They Come. He had visited Africa several times and performed in Nigeria. Forbes, road manager at the time, was hugely popular in South Africa. His cover of Bob Marley's No Woman No Cry was an anthem there, while he, while his I Am Living album was also popular. The first show in Soweto was by far the largest. Um, let me do this. Sorry, the largest. It attracted over 100,000 fans of all races who gave Cliff a rapturous welcome. It was a moving sea of human beings, black, white, Indians, everybody was shouting, Jimmy, Jimmy. Forbes said there was also a lot of security with dogs, though they had suitable accommodation. Cliff and his oneness band experienced South Africa's rigid color barriers. We went to the parks and stores and we saw signs marked whites only or blacks and colors for remembers. During a break from shows, Cliff and his band went to Table Mountain, a scene location in Cape Town, overlooking Ruben Island. They played bongo drums for most of the days in tribute to Mandela. A founding member of the African National Congress of African countries, 1962 for its fight against apartheid. Brigade, okay, let see. Forbes disclosed that Clips was blacklisted briefly for South Africa trip. There had been opposition to his visit by some militant blacks, but he believes the general response among the indigenous population was positive. A Zulu warrior told me that it was Jimmy's music that smoothed him in tough times, that soothed him through tough times. To a lot of black people, we were like saviors, said Forbes. Nelson Mandela was freed from prison in 1990. After 27 years, he was elected to South Africa's first black president in 1994. The same year apartheid ended, Mandela died in December 2013 at the age of 95. 5 years after visiting South Africa, Jimmy Cliff and Big Youth joined the All-Star Artists Against Apartheid on the song Sun City, which called the entertainers to boycott the resort located in the country's northwest region. End of article. Mhm. Yes, indeed, there from the upgrade Little London Police Station, a symbol of resilience in HD. Okay. Yes, indeed. We are going to shift and turn to our devotional, the second segment of our devotional. We pause the reading of the daily of the newspaper so far and go to the devotional. This is a regular aspect of our thing here. Let's see, remember the topic we talked about yesterday, so we don't read the same thing twice. Mhm. Mhm. All right, read that one. This one is supposed to read. Peace is not absence of trouble. All right, Philippians chapter 4, verses 4 to 8. That is our first scripture. It's taken from Philippians chapter 4, verses 4 to 8. And we want to read it, so we can. The fire scripture set a foundation for devotional here. I'm going to take I'm going to say again Philippians chapter 4. Philippians chapter 4. But to be on the safe side, let me just glance over to be on the safe side. It's Philippians chapter 4. I was correct, but I just want to make sure. Chapter 4, verses 8, sorry, 4 to 8. Always rejoice in the Lord. Again, I say rejoice. Let your reasonableness become known to all men. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious over anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication, along with thanksgiving, Let your petition be made known to God, and the peace of God that surpasses all understanding will guard your hearts and your mental powers by means of Christ Jesus. Finally, brothers, whatsoever things are true, and whatsoever things are serious concern, and whatever things are righteous, whatever things are chaste, whatever things are lovable, whatever things are well spoken of, whatever things are virtuous, and whatever things are praiseworthy, continue considering these things. Yeah, so we have to read the foundation of the fire scripture to get a set the foundation. Fire scripture is taken from Philippians chapter 4, verses 8 to 4. And our memory verse is taken from Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 19, and it says, "And they shall fight against these, but they shall not prevail against thee. For I am with thee, said the Lord, to deliver thee." Here's our motivational quotes. You are God's masterpiece, hence failure and non-achievement are not your portion. Reading back the motivational quote, you are God's masterpiece, hence failure and non-achievement are not your portion. Prophetic word for today. I said, I set the tree of non-achievement growing in the garden of your life ablaze in the name of Jesus. I set the tree of non-achievement growing in your garden of your life ablaze in the name of Jesus. Yeah, man, set the tree of non-achievement. Let the fire of the name of Yahshua blaze it up out of your life, my friends, whether your life, my life, in the name of Yahshua. Yes. Let go continue. The message here, Jeremiah, God gave the warning that the enemy will surely attack us, but they cannot prevail against us because he is with us to defend us. No wonder he says in Philippians chapter 4, verse 7 that no matter the situation, his peace will always keep our hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Here comes the gleaner. How can we be at peace when wicked powers are waging intense war against our bodies, our souls, our spirits, finances, marriages, children, etc.? They sometimes attack several areas of our lives at the same time. I know a man who lost his wife, his job within 3 months. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12 tells us that the devil is filled with great wrath against the inhabitants of the earth. A a backlash of his powerless, intense rage against God. This fuels malicious attacks on man. Knowing how much God loves us, God is, however, unfailing in his promise and resolved to defend his people. Yahshua said, "Let not your heart be troubled. Believe in God and believe also in me." John chapter 14, verse 1. He also said, in this world you will have tribulation, but be on good cheer. I have conquered the world. John chapter 16, verse 3. The enemy can package whatever troubles, conflicts, tribulation as he likes. Yahshua knew about them beforehand and has nullified, uprooted, nullified them upfront. This is why Philippians chapter 4, verses 4 to 7, we are commanded to ensure that no package from the enemy troubles us, to pray, but to be prayerfully and earnestly make our situation known to God with thanksgiving. Beloved, Yahshua assured us that he is busy fighting for those who believe in him. Peace is not absence of trouble. It is the presence of God in your life. Or God, Yahweh, Yahweh Shalom, is the peace that passes all understanding. It is knowing that God is not totally and completely in control of all things and at all times. We can only access this peace if we walk with God in obedience. At times, we can only access this peace if we walk with God in obedience at, at all times, trusting Him no matter how hot the fire of the enemy burns us. Beloved, be assured that no matter what awaits you, Yahshua has overcome for you. Ensure that you regularly audit your walk with God to ensure that He is still with you. This, that is all. Yes, dear friends, you will go through stuff in your life, but that doesn't mean that the Most High God is not with you. He's there. Basically, we never drink no tea last night. We should have drink some tea. Anyway, we'll try put on some water. But there's still the ground bubble like a chicken gravy. I wouldn't like fall off whenever. Oh yes, man, get up and go do something now. So the mic. Alright, go get some water out of the pipe. Instead of I have to go move that buckle there. So just get some water. Yeah, right. That would catch too much. Yeah, plug in my stove. It might heat up So change all color. Look. So yeah, so you get red. Look. Alright, just let us come from me to do bonus. Guys, when I'm not keeping out there. Oh, and I'm a co-worker. This set up something I say, I watch TV. Ah, boy. Wednesday, the 3rd of December. It's tired at times, tight. So when I step on it or make it, you know. Yeah, put on some tea. You don't know where we're throwing a pot yet, but we find some bush for consume. Question of them. So yeah, now. Yes, people, the herb is the healing of the nation. I must always drink tea on an empty stomach. Just doing research. I want to say there's a lot of benefits of doing certain things. I don't know why people drink cold things. Inside of your body is hot. So why you drink cold something? It only shock up your body, hurt you. In ancient time, no fridge never about. I constantly say this. There was no fridge in ancient time. Why you were drinking cold things? Like when I say cold, me like from refrigerator, cause there was no fridge. At room temperature, people used to drink. They mix them something yes and drink it, but they never have enough to store it, to keep it cool. Where doing research for myself, I wanna say. All the things, modern things, good to some extent, but not so good. Meantime, so we're going, see the color, see change, see it gets red. Yeah, man. We draw to a cup. Yes, indeed, it's still there, family. Look at room, look at workspace. Go, go on do something over here, so and then we time the pot when the water bubble up. We throw some water in the cup and, you know, mm, draw away the bush tea we I drink. Rockstone, I never realize that somebody is here. Well, go on, my sister. I don't even know if Chart is still there. Probably should go on in our shop, you know. We didn't even realize Sydney is here. I'm doing great. To God be the glory. We just finish off a second segment of our devotional. We were reading from the devotional. Jeremy, thank you so much for the support. Hey, that is it, man. People don't realize I feel happy, honestly, I feel happy when I come and support my brothers and sisters and thing. But you have some people who don't really know me, like my Jamaican brothers and sisters in the YouTube streets. They don't know me like that. So I gotta be a normal fan and watch them thing as Fowl Wildlife TV. I watch him long time, before me come out and make content. I watch Fowl Wildlife TV. Before him have him own a channel, he was with Inboss TV. But it seemed like them fall out. They're not friends anymore. And I think he's in Kenya. Yes. He's in the Kenya Local Wildlife Reserve around there where you can see hyenas, tigers, lions, hippopotamus in them and giraffe in their natural habitat. Yeah, man. Him is a Fowl Wildlife TV. He's a hunter in Jamaica. Him do spear fishing. He shoots bird with slingshot. And at times when he get a chance, he goes on boats and throw nets, do spear fishing as I say. Shoot bird, hunt wild hog in Jamaica. You don't mind to know, say you might go down there and go do some hunting too. for Wildlife TV, man. And big up yourself, Cameron family. Big up yourself. Do you do spearfishing? No, we don't have the time to do that, my sister. We we just throw a fishing line, but we don't have the time. And I don't know where my sister and my mother put my fishing equipment because I did leave where I'm now residing. I did leave and go make life, get married and thing and do 11 years of marriage and never work out. And I come back to my father's home and go and live there back. And I try fix up the place. So yesterday, totally forget about taking out the camera and do some recording because every little thing you can put as a content because I was there learning how to lay tile and so forth. I totally forgot. But and not easy work. It's quite tiresome. I dig up the floor, use Hilti, I mix tin set. Yeah, German all about things and about at the time and I have to do the things them myself. So sometimes I forget the people to come do it for me. So busy, I do a bunch of things. I have my secular work, I have my YouTube channel, I push by the grace of God. Yeah man, with the union, I do the marriage. I get a daughter. Last month she turned 21. Wanna do 21 years of marriage if I was still into that union with my ex-wife. But that's how it go. That's part of the thing, yeah man. Sometimes you have a woman truly love her and she might not reciprocate the love you are show her. So what they I learn from the shortcoming of what take place. What bubble up like a chicken gravy. So you need to bubble up and plug him out. Plug out. Whoop. What a jump off. Wait a go. I'll set it back. Go over there so. Yes. That's great. I'm hot like one. I take it off, take off that. Man, my bubble up like a chicken gravy. You know, you can see steam. I'm gonna get hot with the water hot. Right, rest on the phone. Throw some water in this so we can shake out the cup. Right, we'll throw some more water in our cup and then we'll add the bush. And I'll put back with alrighty. Down the cup. Add the bush. Keep going dry. I get you. Okay. When I want to make it seem like so when I bash my ex-wife, when I bash her, but I just like sometimes the foundation never did there, man. Foundation never did there. So I just say go. And if you know the and I say it should be a reason why me and her split up here, man. And that's what we decide so we not reconcile what the thing so we just go separate ways. Yeah, simple as that. We don't broad brush her because we love and respect her same way. Yeah, we love and respect her when broad brush her. Get a daughter with her and yeah, that's how it go. Yeah, man, yes. I wonder to myself at 2 hours. And make it go up to 3 hours like yesterday. But the whole issue is that we have the audience now engage in the chat, so it place a light up here. Place a light up so we can turn off the outside light and hear the birds that chirp. And run it up to about 3 hours. Take off that thing off of me. Sickle. Excuse me. Yes, indeed. I'll catch the phone here somewhere. The bird sound. Go and listen to the bird sounds. Go on, pass it up. Yes, indeed. Sorry about that. I have to try to get some of the things them out of the way. A whole heap of things I have to go put up. My apologies. Sorry about that. Yeah, I move Betsy half of, take her off half of this slope test and put her right there. So, yeah, when I go up at top there, the drop off people them Gleaner, MasterCard unveils SME card with built-in cybersecurity solution. Okay. Changes zooms. Aiming to face court for allegation of failing to provide financial info to IC. Okay. We are going. Yes, people. Yeah, when they come, I just walk with it. Walk with it up. It's dear light out, you know. I don't want to go downtown, but apparently I left my wallet at home. I didn't even realize, I didn't even miss it. Because sometimes I call them at the house about a matter, and somebody tell me, so them say my wallet with my funds and cards them in it. I say, okay, all right, cool. So I can't go downtown. I can't right go downtown. I have to just, yeah, it all depends. You know, it's still go downtown. After I go home, come on and check out something. Yeah. So, okay, no, no. By the time I reach down, I didn't even check the time. You know, it's about, but yeah, the time I know. It's 11 minutes past 6 in Kingston, Jamaica. So by the time I reach down on my yard, it's supposed to be about um, 7:45. Some places open early downtown, you know. They open early, so when I get back some pumpkin seed, some dry cranberry, some almond, some cashew. I like have them little healthy snack, you know. I like them healthy snack that for consume at times. Yes, indeed. So a bunch of things more put aside. Can't wait till the near to end put away the things that I can start put them away from early. Mm-hmm. One thing I have to put aside, pack up. So I'm a tea there. I don't want to get cold. So me shift on the camera set to the mango tree. So mango tree. But it's still there family. So we can squeeze in another couple more minutes to make it even into a 3 hour segment. Because we need it, yeah, man. It surprised me. And then at the same time, it not surprise me if you say some people who we used to run with them, them not show that energy, that love what we show to them. So we not call no name because we don't want to make people look small. But many people we help, many people who become monetized, we help them. We were there with them, running with them, watching videos. Dip on live stream, we watch replay of live stream. When our time come, we see we there same way. We not call no name, but the ones that we show love to. As we said, I'm going to pack up some stuff. Battery on flashlight, especially more now. Just hook up that in. Alrighty. Yeah, get out some of the stuff them out of the way. Go and sip my tea. Alright. Yeah. Make up yourself, my sister. Yeah, man. A couple more minutes and think nice of you to be here with us. We give thanks. I try if remember get my stuff them up and running. So people more check and see what them are going with in the troop street. I think what people for try know in this life are people who humble make it, the humble one them, not the arty one them, or arrogant ones, humble ones. You remember like this time of the day, the bird them up, they're singing all these beautiful melodious sound. I like it. You watch one because the phone, you need a better phone. You can zoom in, one cling up on the wall over there, so it's, go pick him up good. Yes, indeed. It's the phone, you're something else, man. It's the phone, you're something else, man. Yeah, press the phone right, so I don't know the signal. Terrible underneath this place, so two bar the phone, two signal. Two bird cage, all palm tree, catching in the poor man orchid and a catch. Gosh. Right. Splash, look at water up our face now. We can't put that phone, and go over the pipe there, so. See? Only put that silly post that pipe. We used to work at daytime up here. Run us come sit down on the room, and the yard room get hot. Come in, so come sit down, and the yard room get hot. Take a little fire out that door and thing over here, so it's not too bad. Some of this or the same give a local issue. Let's see who's here. Okay, so they come on 3 hour. So, yeah, if we can clock in some more minutes on that. Let me see what one, two, with the pan. Yeah, too much. Yes, we're still there, family. Pick up on yourself. Much love and respect. Really and truly appreciate move forward and give us a strength. Yeah, really appreciate it. No joke. do take it for granted. Kind of saddens my heart to see many people who really are show the strength what we need, but when I'm paid that much of a mind, I could follow that. That was just like was sad. And when I want upon a sad thing, go serve the happy God. Yahweh is the happy God. So I'm glad me the kind of start put away certain things, get certain things pack up. Now me slide on my socks by my foot. I have one of the orange socks. Slide on my socks by my foot. And really, support. Oh, the dog we used for. So you have to lock up them have to lock up the dog then. You can imagine you own your horse. But kind of the year most of the time you're gone overseas. The wife, this lady will live in front of the property over there. So come here one day, walk outside to the garbage area and the dog on the back off of me. I forgot to them lock them up on the back of them kennel. I said, okay, so I'm see her pass. I said, oh mommy, she's not around. That's why I should them lock up the dog. Them you see with animals especially, I think some new dogs they come out of the lot with them have. So dog no used to her for sure. So you have to take precaution on that, the dog them affect her like that. I see one of my boss just walk past the gate. She have a house one complex of my work at times. She live around the road, but so you go. Normally when she pass, I would call to her. Nice lady. Everybody have good and bad in them. But some activate the more the good than the bad. And that is a beautiful thing. She and her mother just passed. Mother and daughter. A walk. And you see the mom. Her mother travel from all the way St. Anne, come look for her daughter in Kingston. Come spend some time with her daughter. I don't know if it's the only child for her mother. That's why I got still. Just like my have a cousin. And the only my auntie only daughter. She never had other children other than we as nephews and niece, where she love like we are our own too. Big up yourself, auntie. Much love and respect. Big up yourself, cousin Anne Marie. Yeah, big up yourself. Much love. I love the same way, of course. Yeah, man, I had to come and see what going on out here. That's the two on board. So it goes still. Mm-hmm. The angle wide for sure. Yes, indeed, we give thanks and praise for all who came and give us our strength. We give thanks. Anyway, I go sign out. So take care of yourself. Much love and respect from I to you. Peace. Jah, watch over you. May his face continually be shine upon you and be gracious to you. May he lift up his countenance upon you and grant you his peace. Shalom. Take care of yourself. Much love. Salute. Blessings and peace from I and I to you. Bye. Later. Love you, love you, love you all. Love, love and respect.